Hey there, humans. It's me, your favorite orange-haired ape, swinging in from the jungle to talk about something you guys are bananas for. Bitcoin. Now, I know what you're thinking. What does an orangutan know about digital money? Well, let me tell you, when you spend all day munching on fruit and swinging from branches, you have a lot of time to observe. And I've seen it all from the very first digital banana, Bitcoin, was mined. So picture this. It's 2008. While I was busy perfecting my tree-swinging technique, some mysterious human, or maybe a whole troop of them, calling themselves Satoshi Nakamoto, published a paper. They had this wild idea for a new kind of money. Money that wasn't printed by a big boss man in a suit or stored in a giant building. Nope, this was digital cash for everyone everywhere. They called it Bitcoin. At first, nobody really cared. A few tech geeks started mining it on their computers. Mining, you ask? It's not like digging for shiny rocks. It's more like solving a super-duper hard puzzle. Your computer works really hard, and if it solves the puzzle first, boom, you get some brand new Bitcoin as a reward. Back then, you could get a whole bunch of them with just a regular old computer. It was like finding a whole grove of untouched mango trees. The first famous Bitcoin transaction? Oh, it's a classic. In 2010, a guy paid 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. 10,000. Today, that would buy you, well, let's just say a whole lot more than 2 pizzas. It would probably buy you the entire pizza company and a private jet to fly your pizzas anywhere in the world. It just shows how much things have changed. Back then, it was just a fun experiment. Now, it's serious business. Slowly, more and more people started hearing the jungle drums about Bitcoin. It went from being worth pennies to dollars, then hundreds, then thousands. Every time the price went up, it was like a massive jungle party. Everyone was hooting and hollering. Of course, what goes up must come down. The price would also crash, and everyone would get quiet, like a predator was prowling nearby. But every time, Bitcoin bounced back, stronger than before. It's a tough nut to crack, this Bitcoin. It's been a wild ride, like swinging from vine to vine during a thunderstorm. We had the rise of exchanges where you could buy and sell it, some of which went bust in spectacular fashion. We had governments getting curious, with some trying to ban it and others trying to understand it. Through it all, Bitcoin just kept on chugging along, secured by its network of miners all over the world. It's like a giant, decentralized ant colony. No single ant is in charge, but together they build amazing things. So that's the story so far. From a mysterious white paper and a very expensive pizza to a global phenomenon that everyone from your grandma to your pet parrot has heard of. But let me tell you, the most exciting part of the story is what's coming next. The jungle is whispering about some big changes on the horizon for Bitcoin, and you're not going to want to miss it. Stick with me, because we're about to swing into the future. All right, so we've seen Bitcoin grow from a tiny sapling into a giant jungle tree. But the forest is always changing, and Bitcoin is no exception. Let's talk about the new crazes, the big, juicy fruits that are starting to grow on the Bitcoin branches. First up, let's chat about something called the halving. Imagine our Bitcoin tree has a special magic. Every 4 years or so, the number of new Bitcoins created through mining gets cut in half. That's the halving. It's written into Bitcoin's code from the very beginning. It's like the mango season getting shorter, making each mango more precious. The last halving just happened in 2024, and historically, after each halving, the price of Bitcoin has eventually gone way, way up. Why? It's simple supply and demand, something even us apes understand. If there are fewer new bananas available, but everyone still wants bananas, the price of each banana goes up. The halving makes Bitcoin scarcer, and that scarcity is a huge part of what gives it value. So keep an eye on what happens in the months and years after a halving. It's usually when the jungle party really gets started. Next up on our tour of the future is something you might have heard of, Bitcoin ETFs. Now, an ETF, or exchange-traded fund, sounds complicated, but it's pretty simple. Think of it like a fruit basket. Instead of going out and picking each fruit yourself, which can be tricky, you can just buy a basket that a professional has already filled with a nice variety. A Bitcoin ETF lets big-shot investors, the silverbacks of the financial world, buy Bitcoin easily through their normal stock market accounts. They don't have to worry about digital wallets or private keys. Earlier this year, these ETFs were approved in the United States, and it was a huge deal. It was like opening a new, super-wide path into the Bitcoin jungle. All of a sudden, huge amounts of money from pension funds and big corporations could flow into Bitcoin much more easily. This makes Bitcoin more mainstream and could lead to a lot more stability, and, you guessed it, a higher price over the long term. It's a sign that the old guard of finance is finally starting to take Bitcoin seriously, not just as a weird internet hobby, but as a real asset, like gold or real estate. But wait, there's more. The Bitcoin network itself is getting some major upgrades. For a long time, people said Bitcoin was slow and could only be used for sending money. Well, the smart humans have been busy building new things on top of it. Think of it like building tree houses on the strong branches of the Bitcoin tree. One of these new developments is called the Bitcoin Layer 2 South. These are like express vines that run alongside the main Bitcoin network. They allow for super fast and super cheap transactions. You could buy a single banana or even a sip of coconut water with Bitcoin, and the fee would be tiny. This makes Bitcoin much more useful for everyday payments, not just for storing large amounts of value. It is helping Bitcoin evolve from just digital gold into a true medium of exchange for the digital age. And here's where it gets really wild. Remember how I said Bitcoin was just for sending money? Not anymore. Thanks to a new thing called ordinals, people are now creating what they call inscriptions directly on the Bitcoin blockchain. It's like carving your art right into the trunk of the oldest tree in the jungle. People are putting images, text, even little video games right onto Bitcoin itself. This has created a whole new world of Bitcoin NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. Each one is unique, just like every ape in my troop. This has brought a huge wave of creativity and new users into the Bitcoin ecosystem. It's controversial, for sure. Some old-school Bitcoiners think it's cluttering up the network. They say it's like scribbling graffiti all over a sacred monument. But others think it's the most exciting development in years. It shows that Bitcoin can be a platform for art and culture, not just finance. It's a whole new reason for people to get excited and involved. So what does this all mean for you? It means the Bitcoin story is far from over. We're entering a new chapter, one driven by increasing scarcity from the halving, massive new investment from ETFs, and incredible new capabilities being built on Layer 2 South and with ordinals. The jungle is buzzing with energy. We might see a future where Bitcoin is not just a store of value for the wealthy, but a global settlement layer that everyone uses. A future where your digital identity, your art, and your assets are all secured on the most powerful computer network in the world. It's a crazy, exciting vision, but it's becoming more real every single day. Of course, the jungle is still a wild place. The price will still swing up and down like a crazy monkey. There will be scams to avoid and new technologies to understand. It's important to be careful and do your own research. Don't ever invest more than you're willing to lose. Don't be the foolish monkey who trades all his bananas for a single shiny rock without knowing what it is. But for those who are curious, for those who see the potential, the next few years in Bitcoin are going to be an incredible adventure. From an obscure idea in a white paper to a global financial revolution, it's been an amazing journey to watch from my branch. The next wave is coming, and it promises to be the biggest one yet. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more jungle wisdom. Now, if you'll excuse me, all this talk has made me hungry for a banana. Catch you on the next swing.